All right, good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock, and I'll call the 12th regular Common Council meeting to order. Will the clerk call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Alderperson Bellinger. Here. Alderperson Bors. Here. Alderperson Close. Here. Alderperson Decker. Here. Alderperson Heidemann. Here. Alderperson Lefebvre. Here. Alderperson Menzer. Here. Alderperson Mitchell. Here. Alderperson Perella. Here. Alderperson Rust. Present. There are 10 present.
Thank you. Folks could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next is approval of the minutes from our last meeting. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the minutes from the 11th regular council meeting held September 2nd, 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of approval of the minutes state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? Minutes are approved. Next is confirmation of appointments. Deputy City Attorney.
Katie Reese to the Mayor's International Committee.
Thank you. Alder Decker.
I move to confirm.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Seeing no cues, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
All right, that's approved. Next is an election for the Board of Water Commission with the term beginning on October 1st. I am looking for a call to open up nominations. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that nominations be received from the floor, voting to be done by open ballot, and if two or more candidates are nominated, the candidate with the lowest number of votes be dropped from the list and balloting to continue until one candidate receives a majority.
Second.
Thank you. That's been moved and seconded. Alder Decker.
Okay, I nominate Gerald Vandercreek.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Last call. Any other nominations? Alder Decker.
I move to close nominations.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of casting unanimous ballot for Gerald Vandercreek, please state, please state aye.
Aye.
Any objections? All right, that is approved. Jerry, congratulations. We did say a few more years, and then Jerry gets a water tower named after him, right? Yeah. Well. All right, Lighthouse. All right, Meredith, anyone for public forum to?
No one this evening.
Thank you. No announcements on my end. I know we have a full agenda, and I know we have committee of the whole after, and I know just in regards to the budget, city staff have been working diligently, especially our finance director and our city administrator, working with department heads, putting it together. So our city administrator will be giving the presentation later this evening, and we'll kick off the budget process. So with that, we'll continue with our regular scheduled agenda here. So first, we have a hearing number 7/25/26, pursuant to notice and letters sent. This hearing is for the purpose of allowing intended interested parties to hear relative to the vacation and discontinuance of portions of right-of-way on the east side of North 5th Street, adjacent to Lot 1, Block 5 of the assessment subdivision number 21. That's you guys. Anyone wishing to be heard? Anyone wishing to be heard on this item? Bill? Can you come up to the mic? And then if you just want to introduce yourself.
As the homeowner of the parcel in question, I just want to let everybody know that when you're driving down 5th Street, you won't be able to tell any difference once this has been enacted. The property has been, this area has been under the auspices of this property for many, many years, and the Public Works has approved it, and I would encourage you all to go ahead and approve it as well. It's really a right-of-way that has no use, as you can see by the exhibits and by the map. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill. Anyone else wishing to be heard on this item? Seeing no more folks, Alder Decker, is there a motion to close the hearing?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to close the hearing.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of closing the hearing, state aye.
Aye.
Any objections? That hearing is closed, and we'll hear, the council will discuss this matter later on the agenda. Next is the consent agenda, items 10 through 13. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to accept and file the documents.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the agenda, on any of the agenda items for the consent agenda? All right, seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
Those items are approved. Next, under resolutions 12, resolution number 93, 25, 26 by Alders Decker and Prella, commemorating the distinguished service of Barbara Feldy to the city of Sheboygan. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. It's an honor to move to adopt this resolution.
It's an honor to second it.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Under discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
All right, that item is approved. All right, item 15, resolution number 94, 25, 26 by Alderpersons Decker and Prella, authorizing the appropriate city officials to sign the January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2028 contract between the city of Sheboygan and the International Association of Firefighters Local 483. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I ask to suspend the rules.
Any objections to suspension? Hearing none. Alder Decker, proceed with your motion.
I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion, Alder Bellinger.
Thank you. As usual, I'd like an explanation for the public as to why we're suspending the rules. This thing has gone on for a long time. We're even backdating it to 2024. So, I mean, I don't know why we're suspending the rules. I guess I would like to know why we're doing that. So thank you.
Thanks, Alder Bellinger. Deputy City Attorney.
Thank you. You'll note that on the agenda, item number 24, as a matter laid over, is RC number 25-25-26. This was the original document that went through committee. Errors were identified. Those have been reviewed. The contract has been reviewed, finalized. All the errors have been corrected between both the city and the union. So we thought that it would be appropriate to suspend the rules for the new document on the same agenda as we are placing the old document on file.
Thank you. Other discussion on this matter? Seeing no more discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
That is approved. Next, item 16, resolution number 90, 25, 26 by Alders Decker and Rust, designating the city forester as the city's authorized representative for the purpose of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources urban forestry grants for the calendar year of 2026, and directing him to submit an urban forestry grant application. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
Thank you, that's approved. Next is resolution, item 17, resolution number 91, 25, 26 by Alders Decker and Rust, authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into contract for the demolition and associated site restoration of the city-owned property located at 930 North 8th Street and contiguous city-owned property to the west of the former hotel and restaurant to clear the land for future development. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
That's approved. Item 18, resolution number 92, 25, 26 by Alders Mitchell and Prella, authorizing the city appropriate city officials to enter into a renewal contract with City and Villages Mutual Insurance for public entity liability insurance. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
It's been moved and seconded. Under discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
That's approved. Item 19, General Ordinance Number 152526 by Alders Rust and LaFave, amending sections of the Sheboygan Municipal Code related to dog kennel licenses and animal fancier permits. Alder Rust.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to adopt the ordinance.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this matter? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
That is approved. Item 20 will be referred to the Plan Commission. Next, under item 21, General Ordinance Number 32526 by Alders Decker and Prella, being subject to the home rule provisions of Section 66.0101 of the Wisconsin State Statutes to authorize primary elections whenever 3 or more candidates file nomination papers for elective city office. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the charter ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion on this matter. Alder Heidemann?
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, having read the ordinance and stuff like that, what do it do if somebody had to have a write-in campaign? Does that mean that that doesn't go to the city clerk's office? And if they're doing that on their own, we wouldn't have to have a primary if all of a sudden somebody says, 2 people filed their papers, and the guy says, well, I'm going to have a write-in campaign. Then there would be no primary? How does that work out?
I'm not sure on that answer. I wouldn't think so.
All right. Deputy City Attorney.
I'm
Sorry.
Right-in.
I'm not 100% positive, but my thinking is that there would not be a primary because there would be no advance notice from which to develop the ballot. And instead, the write-in candidate would just be the fill-in-the-blank write-in candidate on the general election.
Okay, thank you. Because I've been around for quite a while, and it happened out in Sheboygan Falls, and we had no primary. And I thought, well, but we're changing the charter ordinance, might as well ask, right?
There we go. Thanks. Alder Heidemann. Alder Bellinger.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to ask the Deputy City Attorney if you could give us a legal reason why we're doing this. I've been involved in several primary elections, and the city's always run primary elections when there's been more than 3 candidates. I mean, are we stating the obvious here? Or, I mean, can you give me the reason why we're doing this?
It's actually state statute that you have to do one of 3 things. You can either not have a primary for a city February election. You can pass a resolution every time that there would be 3 or more candidates, or you would pass a charter ordinance that would require it every single time. So
in the
that hadn't
past-
been, it hadn't been in our code in the past.
So in the past, there was always a vote when there were 3 candidates,
There should have been.
or not? Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Perella? Thank you. 10 ayes.
That's approved. Next, under matters laid over, item 22, resolution number 742526 by Alders Decker and Rust vacating a 0.03 acre portion of right-of-way on the east side of North Fish Street, adjacent to Lot 1, Block 5 of the assessment subdivision number 21 of the city of Sheboygan, Sheboygan County. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion, Alder Decker.
I move to amend the final paragraph to be it further resolved, paragraph amend alley to property.
There's been a motion to amend, and there's been a second by Alder Rust. Under discussion on the amendment, Alder Bellinger? Okay, any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of approving the amendment to add the aforementioned language, please state aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? That amendment is approved. Now back to the motion as amended. Alder Bellinger.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to thank Mr. Reese for his patience during this whole thing. He reached out to me, it seems like a long time ago, to get this accomplished. It's a rather unusual request, and it is in my neighborhood, so I'm very familiar with what's going on with this. And he is correct, visually, you're not going to see any kind of change whatsoever as far as the street or what's going on. He has made some significant improvements to his property, so I appreciate that, as does the rest of the neighborhood. But also, I'd like to thank the city engineer, the street superintendent, the public works director, and the deputy city attorney with the matter on this as well, and Meredith, you too as well, because I know this was unusual and it did require some additional legwork on city staff's part. So thank you for doing this, and I fully support this. And I just wanted to put that out there first.
Thank you for those comments, Alder Bellinger. Any other discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote as amended.
Ten ayes.
That's approved. All right, next item, 23. RC number 232526 by the Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred direct referral general ordinance number 62526 by Alderpersons Decker and Mitchell, amending, repealing, and recreating provisions related to the matter of selection and tenure of the city attorney. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive the RC and adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion on this, Attorney Serwin.
I'm way over here this time. So this has been a long time coming. This is what was coming after the charter ordinance. And so just by quick way of overview, the charter ordinance passed. That means this is now an appointed position. This is the ordinance that will regulate that position. And so from a 5,000-foot view, the goal of this ordinance would be to put whatever checks and balances and concerns in that you feel are necessary and appropriate. Some quick, I guess, to head off some discussions, or not head off, I want there to be discussions, but you're currently under a alderperson, common council, mayor kind of setup, correct? And so you have your executive branch, the mayor's office, the city administrator, they run those executive functions. You have the legislative branch, the common council, who dictates all the laws and creates that legislation. The base level of oversight right now is that by virtue of the charter ordinance itself, the common council has the authority and the only authority to be the entity that terminates or would remove that city attorney position. So without doing anything, the common council has that by a 3/4 vote of all the members. What you're doing today then is looking at the kind of regulatory ordinance that we've proposed and either suggesting changes now, or if there are more substantive changes that we are, or that you want explored further. It came from committee, and that might be another place where you could send it back to. I don't know if that's something that you frequently do, but rather than do it live on the floor and then feel uncomfortable about it, that might be an alternative option. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have, or suggestions for language. It's completely up to you however you want to proceed. I have no horse in this race.
All right, thank you, Attorney Serwin. Alder Perrella.
I would like to propose an amendment to this ordinance. And that would be to reflect that the city attorney will report to and be evaluated by the common council with input from the mayor, the city administrator, and the HR department.
Is there, just a clarifying question regarding the amendment, is there a section you're wishing to add this in?
Yes, this would be to be added, I believe, to section 328B1. Let me double check on that. Under, yes, that would be I stand corrected, 2-348B1. Basically, there is the B1, there is all the language about the city attorney shall be a full-time officer, and it ends with by any legal means deemed appropriate by law or municipal code. So rather than a change, this would be in addition to that paragraph, just establishing the reporting structure.
Okay, just for the record, can you restate your amendment so the clerk can
The city,
properly?
that language to be added to that paragraph would be the city attorney will report to and be evaluated by the common council with input and guidance from the mayor, city administrator, and director of human resources.
City Clerk's on. Is there a second on that motion? Is there a second on that motion? Hearing no second, that motion fails. Now back to the main general ordinance. Any discussion on the general ordinance? Alder Boris.
I would like to ask Alder Perella, if I could, if there's additional language that we would contemplate per Attorney Serwin's guidance. This might be referred back to committee for additional discussion. And so I think that that might be another option that we could explore. I'm not making that motion necessarily, but I do know that there's new information that's just recently been provided that, you know, shares some additional guidance there. So I just wanted to comment on that publicly. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, Alder Boris. Alder Rust.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I echo Alder Boris' comments. I feel like that this should have been brought up in committee as well. It was voted on in committee unanimously, it looked like, and I would hope that the committee in the future would discuss these items before coming to council with them. Thank you.
Thanks, Alder Rust. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I, as Chair of Finance Personnel, would not be in favor of bringing this back to committee. This has essentially gone through committee twice at this point already, so we've had that time for discussion. And the job description as a follow-up item still is an area of opportunity to continue to shape that position to exactly what this council wants it to see it be. Thank you.
Thanks, Alder Mitchell. Alder Perella.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody's input. At the committee level, we established that we wanted to wait for a discussion. We wanted to wait the legal time, I believe it was 90 days, because this ordinance could be challenged. That was the time that legally could still be challenged. So it would be a waste of time to discuss it ahead of time, or at least that's what I interpreted from what I was told. That's the reason that, you know, at that point, there was no additional discussion. But I appreciate everybody's input. If the colleagues want to bring it back to committee, I'm fine with that. Otherwise, I just appreciate everybody's discussion on this and inputs. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder Perella. Any other discussion on this item? All right, seeing no more cues, this is a roll call vote.
Nine ayes, one no.
All right, that item is approved. Next, item 24, RC number 252526 by the Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred direct referral resolution number 192526 by Alderpersons Mitchell and Perella, authorizing the appropriate city officials to sign the January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2028 contract between the City of Sheboygan and the International Association of Firefighters, Local 483. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to file.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Seeing any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of filing, state aye. Aye. Any objections? That item is filed. All right, next is a contemplated closed session. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to convene in closed session under the exemption contained in Wisconsin statutes number S 19.85 sub 1 sub G, when conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering written or oral advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, to wit, possible action regarding various licenses held by J.N. Cortez LLC, DBA Mi Ranchito 2.
Second?
Moved and seconded. This is a roll call vote.
Thank you. 9 ayes, 1 no.
All right, we'll convene in closed session and we'll reconvene in open session in a few minutes. All right. It's 7:39. I'll reconvene the council to open session. Alder Decker?
I move to reconvene in open session for discussion and possible action related to closed session.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Clerk, we'll call the roll. Yeah.
Sorry, you were glitching. Am I,
Yeah, we can hear you. We're voting right now to reconvene in open session.
sorry, glitching? I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Okay. 10 ayes.
All right, we are back in open session. All right, item 27, report 162526 by licensing hearing and public safety committee submitting finding of facts and consideration of law based upon testimony and exhibits presented at the quasi-judicial hearing held on August 25th, 2025 regarding the license held by J.N. Cortez LLC, DBA Mi Ranchero, license number 3475 in the city of Sheboygan. Alder Rust.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that we adopt or accepting the findings of fact and conclusions of law document based on testimony and exhibits presented at the quasi-judicial hearing.
All right, moved and seconded. Under discussion. Any discussion? Any amendments? Any amendments? All right, okay. All right, this item is just on the facts and findings of law as stated. Seeing no more discussion. This is a roll call vote.
Alderperson Bellinger? Aye. Alderperson Bors? Aye. Alderperson Close? Aye. Alderperson Decker? Aye. Alderperson Heidemann? Aye. Alderperson LaFave? Aye. Alderperson Menzer? Aye. Alderperson Mitchell? Aye. Alderperson Perella? Aye. Alderperson Rust? There are 10 ayes.
All right. The facts and findings are approved. Any other discussion or motions on this item? Alder Perella.
I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to accept the committee's recommendation and seconded under discussion. All right, seeing no discussion, or Alder Decker?
If we want to amend
You'd make a motion to amend right now.
I make a motion to amend that, to amend it to a full revocation.
It's been moved and seconded to go from a suspension to a full revocation of the licenses, and Alder Bellinger seconded. Under discussion on the amendment regarding the revocation. Alder Bors.
I appreciate the varying opinions that may exist on this particular matter. I think the committee took full consideration of the facts in order to make the determination that we did. I think that, given the lack of precedent that exists for circumstances of this nature, it's more appropriate to follow the recommendation that was made as opposed to a revocation. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for those comments. Alder Perla.
This was a hard decision. I support the suspension based on the findings. However, this is, I want to reiterate how difficult this decision on my end is, and the fact that I will be watching very closely the cooperation of this licensee with our police officers. And just as a reminder, the license is renewed every year, and it will be very shortly up for renewal. And the history of this licensee license will be taken in full consideration for any renewal that comes back to our committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Other discussion on the amendment? All right, seeing no more amendments, this is a roll call vote. On the amendment, the amendment is to go from a suspension to a revocation for the license. We're voting on the amendment.
Alderperson Bellinger. Alderperson Boers. Alderperson Close. Alderperson Decker. Alderperson Heidemann. Alderperson LaFave. Alderperson Menzer. Alderperson Mitchell. Alderperson Perella. Alderperson Rust. That's 5 ayes and 5 noes.
All right, it's a tie. The chair votes nay. We're back to accepting the committee's recommendation. Any further discussion on the committee's recommendation? Seeing no more, this is a roll call vote.
Alderperson Bellinger. Alderperson Boers. Suspension, yes. Alderperson Close. Alderperson Decker. Alderperson Heidemann. Alderperson LaFave. Alderperson Menzer. Alderperson Mitchell. Alderperson Perella. Alderperson Rust. 7 ayes, 3 noes.
That is approved. All right, we've exhausted the agenda. Alder Decker, what's your privilege?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of adjournment, state aye.
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned at 7:45.